There is Regis. Regis, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. Sorry I ran a little late, bro. I was doing another one. I was doing an interview just now.
Oh, good, man. How are you? I want to talk about how everything's been and stuff like that. How are you? How is your family doing? Everybody okay? This is a crazy world we're living in with COVID-19. Are you guys all good?
Yeah, we all good, bro. Yeah, everybody's good, man. Thankfully, we're fine. We're doing fine, staying away from things, just kind of going to the gym, and that's it.
Well, you're making your PBC debut, and I'll be honest with you. I've seen you for a long, long time. I mean, we were in Montana together when you defeated Julius Ndongo at that casino, and you have really continued to make your way up the ranks. But how excited are you to be making your PBC debut?
I'm very excited, bro. I think this, and I mean, I know a lot of people, I know you ask these questions to other people, and they say, I'm very excited. I'm really excited about this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about this. It's a different stage, different chapter in my career right now. And I think this, this platform could really blow me up, really what I need, So, I mean, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait for this fight. I've been training my ass off, but even before the whole, Corona thing, during Corona, I've been training the whole time, So, like I said, I can't wait. I can't wait to, go out there and do what I do, get back in the ring, basically.
You had a tremendous fight your last time out against Josh Taylor. Many people thought it was a candidate for Fight of the Year. What did you learn in that fight?
First off, I still thought I won the fight, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I still, it's kind of hard. Didn't think I won the fight. I still thought I won the fight, but it was a very, very close fight. But, what I learned is just something I learned about myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't know if I can go to war for 12 rounds, 12 hard rounds. I didn't know if I could do that. Before that, before that fight, I only had one fight that I went to, I did 12 rounds with Terry Flanagan, but it wasn't. I didn't go to war with him. I just, I outboxed him and just, kind of toyed around. Not toyed around. I don't want to say it like that, but I just outboxed him. It was slick. With Josh Taylor, we went to war for 12 rounds. We went to war, and I knew it was gonna be that type of fight, basically. But the main thing is just like, what I learned about myself is that I kind of just fell asleep, man. I fell asleep in the middle rounds. I gave those middle rounds up. I know what I did. I fell asleep in the middle rounds, and that's kind of what happened.
Regis, I have all the utmost respect for prize fighters, but I want to know, for the fans and for common people that have never been inside the ring, how do you fall asleep in the middle rounds? How does that happen? Because it did not seem to us that you fell asleep in the middle rounds.
Yeah. I mean, I won't, fell asleep is just like, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, basically. I kind of just, I don't know how it was. It was just like kind of a blur, I just got tangled up in maybe the atmosphere or whatever,
You're on autopilot mode? Is that a thing? Is that possible that you're on autopilot?
Probably so. It was, when I say fell asleep, I still was fighting because I watched the fight, I watched the middle rounds, and it don't look like I fell asleep. But mentally, I remember, like, I wasn't there, I wasn't there like I was supposed to be. Excuse me. But because I remember, one of my coaches, he after the one of the rounds Josh Taylor had, I think he hit me with some hard punches, and he was like, bro, this is a lot of hardware, bro. You got to wake up. And that's kind of when I woke up. That's when I because the last 3 rounds I really came on strong. And,
yeah, of course.
So, but like I said, previous to that, I just fell asleep in the fight. That's all.
Well, now fighting with PBC, what was that determination like? Because I know that you were supposed to have a fight with Maurice Hooker. The pandemic postponed that. But then I saw that the fight was going to get rescheduled. He wanted to fight then at 147. Can you tell us, from your perspective, how you ended up here? Because I'm very excited to see you fight Juan Heralderz. But, how did you end up when it comes to PBC? And what happened with the Hooker fight?
The whole Hooker fight, yeah, that's a crazy situation, man. I mean, so I'll get to the Hooker thing first, I guess. The whole thing with Hooker was, at first we were supposed to fight at 140. He said no, he can't make. His team said no, that he can't make 140. They gonna do it at 143. It was like, all right, that's fine. We'll do it at 143. That was scheduled for April 17th. That fight, of course, that got trashed because of Corona, right? Yeah. So then after that fight, then after that happened, then we came back and we was trying to get another date, and then he was saying he can't make 143. He want to do it 147. Oh, wow. Me personally, and still right now to this day, I'm not going up to 147 right now. I want to be a champion again at 140 before I move up to 147. That's just what I want to do. You know, I'm keep into everybody else, unless of course the money is something crazy. Money always changes shit with people. Right? So,
yeah, of course.
You know, so that's what I want. I want to be a champion again at 140 before I move up to 147. So we was trying to. I said, all right, let's do 144. He was like, no, I'm doing 147. But I think he told Dan Rafael he can do it at 145. And I think it was just kind of a tug of war. I was like, no, I'm not doing 145. I'm going to do 144. He was like, no, I'm not doing 144. Let's do 145. So then it was like that for about a week. And I told my manager, after I told my manager, look, let's do it at 145. Yeah. You know, let's just get the fight. You know, I definitely want to get back in the ring. I want to get a fight, stuff like that. Let's do it at 145. He was just like, no, 147. So I think I read some stuff about him. What he said, he was just like, I think I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I'm negotiating and stuff like that. I can't dictate the negotiations. So, you know, I think that was a part of it too, about him dictating the negotiations and me dictating negotiations, and nobody kind of dictated because the whole fight fell out. But anyways, I hit him up about it on it. Like I tagged him in one of my videos or something like that on Instagram. I talking about him, and he was just like, man, you talking too much or something like that. I was like, if you make the weight, I'm gonna show you who talking. Just make the weight. Okay. And he was like, I'm at 147. Do you? And that was it. So he's set on going to 147, and I'm not going to 147. You know, and for me, I just don't think it's not my fault that he's going up a different weight. He couldn't make the weight. Basically, he's a 140 pounder. Now he can't make the weight, so he's going up to 147. So for me, it wasn't my fault, and I kind of poked at him a little bit. I just did an interview just now because he was saying, like, I kept talking about him after the fact that, you know, the fight was salvaged. I poked at him a little bit because I saw him in training camp jump rope, and he had a stomach way out here. He had a big old stomach. And so I was like, well, that's why he can't make the weight right now, you know, and that was it. But after that, I just left it alone, man. If the fight not happening, it don't even make sense. You know, I'm not talking about him and stuff like that no more. I kind of just left it all alone. So he's at 147. I'm at 140. That's it. End of the story.
Well, let's talk about the story that you got coming up on Halloween night, Showtime pay-per-view. Juan Heralderz, how do you look at him, and how do you assess what you're dealing with on Halloween night on Showtime pay-per-view?
I honestly don't think he should be on my level, to be honest. You know, I'm former world champion. I still feel like I'm the best in the world at 140. I mean, I think he's an okay fighter. You know, he's a good, okay fighter, stuff like that. But it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter who it is right now, because I know he's gonna come. You know, like if he gets a win against me, he'll be, you know, in line for a title shot. That'll be a huge upset, and he'll be in line for a title shot. So I'm not putting nothing past nobody. I'm not looking at him like he's the fighter he is right now. I'm looking at him like he's a superstar. That's the way I'm training right now. I'm looking like, you know, I gotta just go out there and dominate. And I have to put on a spectacular performance, you know, because I can't look at it like he's the fighter he is right now. Like I said, I'm looking at it like he's, you know, 10 times better than what he is. And that's the way I'm training. That's the way I'm living my life right now. So I just want to go out there and, you know, do my thing and have a dominant performance. And that's what I want to do.
Late last week, it was announced that fans are going to be in attendance at the Alamo Dome. Tickets went on sale yesterday. They've gotten a very favorable response. I'm hearing over 12,000 in the building. Mm-hmm. What is that going to be like for you, fighting in front of fans again? I
mean, well, I haven't experienced the no fans thing, you know, so it'll be normal.
You know what? You're right.
I haven't, you know, I fought, my last fight was at the O2 in front of 20,000 people, you know, so it'll be the same thing for me, you know. I haven't fought in front of the no fans thing right now, so I think it's kind of a good thing. I didn't really want to fight in front of no fans. I mean, it'll kind of feel like a spar match, you know, like no fans, and it'll feel like a glorified sparring match to me, you know. So I wanted to fight in front of fans. The fans make the sport, you know. The fans make it, basically make the event. So I kind of didn't want to do that anyway, and I'm now, you know, I'm glad. And this is a historic fight. I'm kind of glad it happened like this, because this is the first fight where they're gonna have fans. And
yeah, PBC's got fans for the first time. I mean, I think we're all excited. You are as well.
Right, exactly. I'm definitely excited about that, man. You know, so at first it was thought to be, nobody gonna have no fans. We can't do this, we can't do that. Now we gonna have fans again. So I mean, PBC, PBC doing their thing, having the fans and stuff like that, because that's kind of what makes the event, not the fight. I said the fight, but not it doesn't make the fight, but that's what makes the event special. Having the fans and they're yelling and screaming, and I'm glad.
Well, let's talk about another PBC fighter who you guys have had a little bit of war words. I mean, not war words, but, there's been some talk. I want to get from your perspective, what is the deal with you and Adrien Broner?
Me and Adrien Broner, I just think, I called him out a long time ago. I called AB out a long time ago when I first beat Joel Diaz on Showtime, on Showbox and stuff. I was like, I want Terrence Crawford and Adrien Broner. They was like the two top at 140, and that's I wanted to fight the top at the time, but I always want to fight Adrien Broner, man. Like, I think it'll be it just will be a huge event, basically, because our personalities will clash for sure. We know a lot of the same people. Like I say, in the hip hop world, the hip hop community, stuff like that, we know the same people. We kind of talk indirectly with each other all the time. He knows the same people I know, and so we'll be going back and forth like that, through that contact and stuff. So I think it'll be a huge fight, bro. Like, I think if we do that for 140, that'll be the biggest fight they can make at 140. It won't be no other fight. Nobody be worried about no other fights except that fight if they make it at 140. So. And
Are you guys friendly with each other, Regis, or do you guys not like each other? I mean,
no. I mean, it's not like I think the Hooker thing, we don't like each other. I think when me and Maurice Hooker, that's probably real bad blood. Adrien Broner, I don't know Adrien Broner. I mean, I don't know Hooker either, but I don't know Adrien Broner like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of people that's close to him. I'm close with a lot of people that is close to him too. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, it's competitiveness. We gonna both say we'll whoop each other ass, and that's just how it's gonna be. We definitely gotta talk like that, but I don't think it's like no bad blood, like, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Just mutual respect, right? I mean, just two guys wanting to get after.
Yeah, basically, I feel like I can whoop his ass, he feel like he can whoop my ass, you know what I'm saying? So that's it, and hopefully, that fight can happen one day, and like I said, I think that'll be a huge event. Just because the people we know a lot of the same people. We close with the same people. We come from the same type of background. We both gonna talk. We both ain't gonna shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? We both gonna say what we gotta say and talk and do what we gotta do. So it'll be definitely a fun build up to the fight for the fans and stuff like that. But as far as like not liking them and stuff, nah. I mean, I don't know the man. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I don't know him at all. So it ain't. I can't dislike somebody if I don't know him. So.
I read your publicist, who does a wonderful job, Bernie Barmazal, said, you sent me over some things that have been bantered about you, and I've seen that people have called you the modern-day Roberto Duran. What does that mean for you?
I can't be the Duran, bro. I love Duran. Duran, like one of my favorite fighters ever, that's, of course, I love that name, but yeah, the Hands of Stone was something different, bro. I love Duran, like one of my favorite fighters, so.
But have you heard that? I mean, I'm sure you've heard that, right?
Yeah, of course. I see it. Yeah, I seen it and stuff like that. I don't know if I can live up to that name, but I love Duran is like one of my favorite fighters ever. One of my favorite fighters that ever lived. Duran is like most of people's favorite fighter. You look at like Floyd, that's one of his favorite fighters and stuff like that. You look at most people, Duran will be in their top 5. So, I mean, that's that. I mean, it's just a big compliment, basically.
I want to talk about your trainers, who I don't think get enough credit. Bobby and Aaron Navarro, you've been with them since the beginning, if I'm correct, right?
Oh, something like that. Basically, I've been with Bobby since I think like I would say like my 7th pro fight. So that's like basically like the beginning.
So I know that you went because you went from New Orleans, went to Houston, then you were in LA for a little while, then you went back to Houston. Why did you decide to do that? Now, I want you to dive into how much your trainers mean to you.
Just like you said, bro, I had to be in Houston. I live in Katy now, but out here in Houston, basically, like, I live in training camp. That's the thing. And that was always my success. I lived in training camp. LA, I lived on vacation. Like, I still miss LA. I love LA. I really, really love LA, but LA is not somewhere I need to be right now. And I know that, I had to do a lot of self-reflection. I took I took my first loss and lived while I was living in LA, you know, and that played, you know, a lot to do with my mind and stuff like that. And like I said, I lived on vacation. I love living in LA. You know, when I lived in LA, I will always, now one thing about me, I always went to the gym. My priority was always go to the gym, but it's about what you do after the gym, right? So when I was in LA, I go to the gym. After that, I'm going to do all kinds of stuff in LA. You know, I'm going beach, the gym I train at in Churchill.
Yeah, in Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, 2 miles from the beach. You know, so right after that, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to PCH. I'm going, you know, play, have fun, all that type of stuff. On weekends, there's all kinds of stuff to do out there in LA, and I just loved it. I like I said, I really lived on, like, it was like a big vacation for a whole year. I lived out there for a year, and it was like a vacation for a year. But I had to come back here because I live in training camp here. That's the main thing. Like here, I go to the gym, I come home, you know, I usually, if it wasn't for this, I'll be taking a nap right now because I got to train in another few hours again. And then I have to train after that again. So I come home here, I wake up, I go to the gym, I come home, I eat, I take a nap, and then I train again. And then, of course, repeat what my activities. I just be around my kids, my family. I have a pool and lake and stuff like that behind the house and all that. But that it's just more serious here. Basically, in LA, it wasn't like that. In LA, it was, you know, go to the
distractions.
It was a lot. Yeah, basically, it was a lot of distractions, but it's just like the mindset, the mentality that goes into things. You know, like
more relaxed, right?
Yeah. And here, you know, and recovery is a big part of training, basically. You know, so I have to come, like I said, come home, take a nap. I come home, I rest. But when I was, like I said, when I was living in LA. After the gym, I'm going to play. I'm going to have fun. You know, I'm going to do all kinds of stuff. You know,
of course.
Swimming. I was like spearfishing and free diving when I was out there in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, I'll be doing all that type of stuff, and that type of stuff, it takes away from you. You know, it takes away from your boxing when you're doing that type of stuff. I don't know if you saw. You know, we had like a little documentary called "The Road to London," and you know, when I was in training camp for my fight with Josh Taylor, that was something I was doing. I was out there spearfishing. You know, after training, we'll go to Malibu and I'll go spearfishing in the water and all that, you know. And that's
right down the PCH there.
Right down PCH. Yeah, I'll be right down PCH through Malibu. And that's, you know, that's what I'll be doing. You know, it's just having a lot of fun, basically, you know. But that's something, you know, I don't need to do. I don't need to be right now. So I came back to Houston just to be around my trainers. And like I said, I live in training camp and my trainers are amazing trainers. We always working. And like I said, even when I'm outside of training camp, that's what I do. I'm still working, and that was always my success. And you know, I just want to get back to the top, man. I have a subscription to the Ring magazine, and every month for a long time, every month I would look in the Ring magazine. I was number 1, and I prided myself for that. You know, and now I'm not. I'm number 2 or something like that. You know, they got. I think Josh Taylor's a champion. He has the Ring magazine belt. Then you have Jose Ramirez, and then you have me. So I'm number 2. So I want that number 1 spot again. And it was, like I said, I had to do a lot of self-reflection to get back here, to come back here, you know, because that was the only thing, you know. I mean, of course, my wife is pregnant. We're about to have a baby. You know,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. We have another baby this month. And of course, LA is expensive as shit. We all know LA is super high.
Trust me. I know. I lived there for 2 years.
LA is very expensive, man. But the main thing that took me back here was, you know, my trainers. Getting back around my trainers. I had to get back around my trainers. And, you know, that's what we did.
Getting back to your humble beginnings, huh?
Getting back to my humble beginnings, man. Just like I said, just living in training camp. I live in training camp. Even when I don't have a fight, I still live this way. Yeah. Like, and that was always what I did. And we work as a unit here, you know, like we run together. Me and my trainer, we run together. Me and Bobby, that's what we do. We run, we swim together. We do the stairs together, you know, and we in the gym together. When I was in LA for that time, I would do that all by myself. I would go run. I would still go run. But of course, it's always different when you have somebody pushing you, somebody running next to you, stuff like that. So yeah. And I came back, and I mean, we all do the same stuff together, and not even just me and Bobby and my trainers, but the whole team. It's a lot of us. We all do all the same stuff together. So you have all these people pushing you all the time, and that's kind of what I needed. So that's why I came back.
So what are you hoping people take away from your performance on Halloween night and Showtime pay-per-view?
I have to be spectacular. You know, I got to where I was. You know, I became a world champion being spectacular. I have to, you know, that's just what I have to do. I have to be a spectacular fighter. Go out there, dominate, be spectacular, have a great performance. You know, and that's kind of what I got to do. Just be spectacular.
And once, assuming everything goes according to plan on Halloween night, who do you want next?
You know, I don't know, man. You know, I want to be a champion again. Of course, I definitely want to be a champion again at 140. It probably won't happen, to be honest, because that's the other side, like they say, the other side of the street. So, I don't know, man. Maybe Adrien Broner. You know, maybe get Adrien fight me
like
him.
That.
Yeah, maybe an Adrien Broner fight. You know, if we on the same, you know, we in the same stable as you call it now.
Yeah,
and we get an Adrien Broner fight or whatever they come up with, you know. But I just
my fight against Mario Barrios interest you? I mean, Mario Barrios is defending his title coming up. He has that same night.
That could be a fight also. You know, Mario, he's right there too. He's in San Antonio, you know. So
yeah,
that'll be that. I think that could be a big fight also. So
be a nice little Texas clash, right? San Antonio against Houston.
San Antonio and Houston, bro. Yeah. So you know, we can do that too with Mario Barrios. You know, if he does stay at 140. So. Whatever. I'll be ready for whoever. But I want to be back at the top again.
Well, Regis, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciated. Stay safe. We look forward to seeing you during fight week down in San Antonio as you get ready to take on Juan Heralderz, the BBC debut of Rougarou himself.